Yo, 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 what's up? This is GAC.
And you already know, man, it's T Money, aka Midnight, aka Tim Slater. I'm not gonna keep doing the whole thing.
Yeah, so today we're debating about violent video games and children.
So yeah, we're just talking about like, is violent video games, does that affect a child's mind in a negative aspect? Um, so I'm gonna jump right into it. I'm gonna state my topic. I believe that violent video games can alter a little kid's mindset in many different ways. Number one, I believe violent video games, of course, has killing, and when you're developing as a young child, seeing all of that definitely could. Children they absorb things like a sponge. So if you're absorbing all that negative stuff, obviously it's gonna be rubbed on you in a sense. Number two, violent video games has cursing, bad words, has sex and drugs. So why do you need to take that in? They should abstain from that. And once they learn positive things, eventually, then you're gonna learn the negative things in the future. So I'm gonna pass the mic to you, man.
Okay, first off, you sound like a televangelist preacher.
Yo, what?
Second off, even if there were no violent video games, there still would be violent people. Violence is just in human nature.
Yeah,
Okay?
violence. Okay, but why would you want to influence them with violent video games?
Because I think children are smart enough to know the difference between fantasy and reality.
Well,
And the mere fact that you can't think is saying more about you than the children. Meaning that you don't think children can understand the difference between fantasy and reality. Therefore, you're self-projecting yourself onto the children that you want to. What's it called?
but should let me ask you a question. If a child is in a relationship, right? He has a father and a mother, and they're fighting in front of each other, right? The dad is beating up the mother. Is that good for the kid to watch?
Of course not, but
Of course not. Why?
because first off, that's psychological. First off, that's reality, not fantasy. Okay? I think a child can tell the difference between reality and fantasy.
Okay, but see, the thing is even if it's a video game, they could see somebody getting murdered in a game. They could see a mother and father fighting, or a man getting beat up. What's the difference? You know what I mean?
Okay. But again, kids can compartmentalize their minds. Human beings can compartmentalize. Just like you know how human nature
Yeah.
nature can tell the difference between a cat and a dog through compartmentalization. And
So
that
you,
works the same way with what's it called.
so you don't believe that a video game will have an effect on a child?
No, I don't believe that video games have an overall effect in the way that you think that they're supposed to have. In that case, then why aren't there a lot of violent people?
I mean, let's be honest. There's a lot of violent little kids, obviously, but it really comes with the parents too.
Okay,
The
so
parents could teach them right from wrong, but if you're giving them these violent video games to play, it's not gonna help. And that's the
then
truth.
isn't that the parents' responsibility?
Yeah, and I mean, I feel like the parents are wrong in the first place for getting them the video game, but it's not gonna help
We
the
get rid
kid
of all the
develop
video
in the right
games.
way.
If we get rid of all the video games, then whose fault is it gonna be? And if we get rid of all the bad parents, then whose fault is it gonna be?
Well, I mean, I believe it's a parent's responsibility to understand right from wrong. No little kid should be playing GTA. You feel me? Because what's gonna happen when he goes into a strip club in GTA?
They're gonna see pixelated tits.
Okay, but they see a whole woman exposed dancing and talking sexual. So how do you explain that? Please tell me, because that
So
makes
they're
no
gonna
sense.
kids watch. I think kids watch things dirtier at my age. What's it called? It's just if people want to explore themselves, they want to explore themselves. Who
But at
cares?
a young age, though,
Yeah, it's called self-discovery.
it's not called self-discovery. It's called you're messing up, and you shouldn't be watching that.
What's with this puritanical thing where when you're a child, you're the most pure thing in the
It's
world?
not. No, it's not being the most purest person in the world. But like I said, you want to alter a little kid's mind who's developing, at a very young age.
Okay, so then what
Expect
does a
that.
perfect child look like? Let me see this.
There's no such thing as a perfect child.
Okay, so
But
then
it's not
why
gonna
are you
help the
getting
child to develop if he's playing these video games that are uh, promoting mass killing and going to the strip club and robbing and killing and doing all that.
Okay, but how many times do you see little kids going into doing mass shootings and little kids going into strip clubs and stuff like that? Won't you see a correlation does not equal causation, Tyler?
All right, you know what's funny? I'm actually on a news website right now while we was having this conversation, and let me read it out to you. An 11-year-old boy armed with 2 guns entered a school in northern Mexico, shot dead a teacher, and wounded at least 6 others before killing himself, possibly under the influence of a violent video game.
Okay.
Local officials said on Friday. So this is possibly that he's been playing violent video games. Let's talk about the Columbine shooting. They say that that was actually influenced by the game Doom.
And they were also influenced by white nationalism.
Yeah, they had that, but did not the video game
exactly.
have an influence on them too?
Yeah.
Maybe if they didn't play that video game, maybe Columbine
there
would
was
have
just
never
white
happened.
nationalism what? So you're telling me if Dune never exists, Columbine would have never happened?
I'm not saying it is, but it could have.
Oh, okay.
That could have
So
been
that's what
the trigger, though. It probably came up. Maybe that idea struck from Doom.
Again, they were also white nationalists.
Okay.
So you're telling me?
So what does being a white nationalist have to do with killing people?
White nationalism has caused the death of many people. Look it up, dude.
Okay, but they're kids.
And so were the Columbine shooters. So
yeah,
alcoholism we cause what's it called? Alcoholism is the what's it called? There's a lot of things that cause people's death.
So let me ask.
If your goal is stopping death, then my friend, you have a long way to go.
It's not just the death part that concerns me. It's just the fact that little kids are internalizing things that they shouldn't be watching. You know what I mean? Just give them a book to read. You know, why would you want them to be playing violent video games? Why don't you just help them just grow as a human being rather than trying to, play some video games? That's not even to teach them anything. What do you learn from video games? Violent video games, music. Matter of fact. Oh, you learn a lot. Music theory.
Like
you learn math through music.
You learn math through video games.
Okay, but violent video games?
Have you ever coded a violent video game before?
But kids ain't coding violent video games.
Actually, they are. A lot of people are modding in video games. You know how hard it is to mod a video game?
You know how hard it is to mod for a child to mod a video game? Do you see little kids modding video games?
Yes, actually. A lot of people at the age of 11, there's child modders, dude.
Okay, but how many are out there compared to the whole world? Because I know there's not a lot of little kids modding video games.
That's what Roblox literally is, dude.
Okay, but this is music versus video games, literally. So basically, music,
which has been the cause of a whole bunch of deaths, according to people.
What?
By your own logic, it has been the cause of shouldn't we ban all music? Jazz have killed people. Hip hop has killed people.
But it's not killing little kids. That's drama.
Yes, they are, dude.
Video games. The only thing that you calculate is how many deaths that you kill.
Okay, so then what has been killing people before video games?
War. I mean, but this is another topic. You're off topic. You're not even.
I'm not even off topic. I'm using your own logic against you. Do you not see what you're doing? I'm literally being you. And you can't even see it for yourself because you're so dense and you're so that you can't even see it.
Bro, like I said, let's go back to the modding. Yeah, Roblox. Matter of fact, I can speak for Roblox because I played Roblox back in 2007 to like 2015. Yeah, Roblox is a good game. Sure. There's modding in it, yes. But overall, did it help me to succeed in my school studies, and did it help me to get smarter? No. I had fun in it. You know what I mean? I was just doing there's no process of me thinking extra hard for that. In music, you have to think. Okay, there's more focus in that. Roblox is just a game where you're developing, and it's not even a violent video game, so that's really invalid right now.
So what do you consider violent video games?
GTA. Uh,
Well, GTA has a what's it called on it? That's why it has an M for mature rating on it. That's the whole point. So
so
if children are playing, children aren't supposed to buy it in the first place. So whose fault again is that?
the
The
parent,
parents, dummy.
should they
But
be
what?
playing it though? That's the argument. Should they be playing
No,
it?
they shouldn't be playing it. They can't be playing
Yes,
it in the first place.
that's literally what
But
I'm.
they shouldn't ban it. Well, what's it called? If they play it, then whose fault is that? So now you're taking the personal responsibility argument back into the thing. You're saying all video games should be banned.
No, I don't think they should be banned. I just think that we should. Little kids shouldn't be playing it, and that's what I'm
Okay,
saying.
and if they play it, whose fault is that? Aren't we? Isn't that the whole point of free will?
Free will, correct?
Oh, exactly. As a Christian, isn't that the whole point of free will? If God can't take responsibility, like that's almost like saying, "Oh, why didn't God do this?" Da, 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 da. Well, the child has free will, right? So now that the child has free will, it seems like you don't like free will as a Christian.
I what? This doesn't make any sense. I'm saying all of my argument is, kids shouldn't be playing video games, violent video games. First of all,
Well,
I know you if you wouldn't let your little cousin play no violent video game if you were.
yeah.
You would let your little kid play Black Ops and all that.
Why not? I was playing it when I was my age.
I mean, Black Ops, yeah, it's not terrible, but like
Exactly. Look at that. You're not even with the phone.
I mean, like I said, like GTA and like those heavy Red Dead Redemption. You know what I mean? Those games should not be played. And I know you wouldn't let your little cousin,
Amanda.
if you had a little brother.
Yes.
In this dirty.
Okay, but it's whatever.
It's whatever, man. So, yo, guys, I mean, this is like I said, man. This is very debatable. Do you believe little kids should be playing violent video games? Should we ban violent video games because of so we can make our society a better place? I personally believe, like I said, I don't know. I think, we should restrict video games for sure, especially the violent ones.
Well,
I don't know, man. It's really whatever, man. I'm
it's
chilling.
whatever.
Huh?
Peace.
Like and subscribe. Don't forget.
Peace. 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 Peace.